Hey guys, it's Storm with 94.9 The Bull and all of our iHeart Atlanta stations, to be honest. The last couple days, we really hammered home. We did a fantastic job taking 2 semis to South Georgia, just full of supplies. You guys did that. It's fantastic. For the last 24 hours, we did another push where we said we were going to drive into the disaster areas with Bay County and Washington County and Franklin County down in the Florida Panhandle, and you guys turned out fantastic. You filled our box truck so much we were worried about the weight of what we were carrying. But we are here this morning in Wakulla County, which is southeast of Tallahassee. And ultimately, I want you to take a look at what they're collecting here. There are volunteers here working tirelessly to intake supplies and everything. Now, if you look behind us over here, you'll see that these are MREs. These are being issued out to the counties that need them the most, people that don't have food and things of that nature. You can see they're coming from all over the place. This is literally a national response at this point. So if you look, they're collecting everything from food to bathroom supplies, shampoo and everything, Ziploc bags to secure. There's water lined up all along this back wall over here. And Atlanta, you guys have turned out. North Georgia, you guys have turned out to help and make your name heard in this response. Now keep it right here on our Instagram page. We are based here right now, but we will be going here in a little bit to drop off supplies. So make sure we're gonna keep you updated on everything that we have as we travel throughout the day. This will be a continuous relief effort. We're gonna need you guys to help us turn out. You guys know we have Thanksgiving and Christmas coming. Our sister stations down here, WTNT and WPAP, they're gonna need our help, as sure as everybody along the North Florida Panhandle, as well as South Georgia in the recovery. Horns up. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you in a little bit. Hey guys, it's Storm, iHeartMedia Atlanta, and we were collecting donations all day yesterday after that fantastic run we did earlier in the week with our 2 semis that we sent to Albany to disperse down there. We wanted to keep it going and really get in with the Panhandle down here in Florida. So we collected a lot of things yesterday, and we drove through the night and got down here to Wakulla County. Now, for those of you that don't know where Wakulla County is, southeast Tallahassee. Once you pass out of Leon County, keep driving. You'll see it. Beautiful area. They are kind of ground zero for getting supplies into the disaster area. And I guess the woman in charge of making sure, taking phone calls, seeing where the need is, Dr. Rachel Pienta is the person that is taking all these and fielding these with the University of Florida 4-H program. How's recovery going down here?
Well, Wakulla is well on its way to recovery. We had significant storm surge damage at the coast, a lot of trees down. The day after the storm, 99% of our power was out. However, by Sunday afternoon, we had launched this relief effort because we realized that we had gotten minimal damage compared to our neighbors. And so we wanted to help out our neighbors but for a little jog and storm path, it could have been us. So since Sunday, we have been working around the clock to collect donations, work with relief agencies, and to move aid west to really small communities that aren't necessarily getting what they need because it's such a massive storm, covers such territory. The aid is centered in the population centers. We've got these tiny little towns throughout the Panhandle where they didn't see people right away, and they had no power, they had no water, they had no fuel. If they had money, it didn't matter because the stores were closed. If the store opened, it couldn't be restocked. So these people needed water and food and basics in order to sustain life within, they say to have supplies for 3 days. Well, 3 days passed and people needed more. So we have been sending out panel vans, trucks like this, pickup trucks, people pack in the back of an SUV and saying, all right, they need this in this little tiny place in the Panhandle, and they would go there. And that's what we've been doing all week. And I have to say, I work for University of Florida. We don't usually root for the Seminoles to win a football game, but yesterday, University of Florida, Gator Nation was rooting for the Seminoles to win their game and to win at this collection drive. So thank you to iHeartRadio. Thank you to the Seminoles. All of the Panhandle thanks you for what you guys are doing. Thanks.
No problem. And let me ask you this as well. In regards to supply items, first thing everybody thinks of is food and water. what are the needs right now? Is it still water? Is it food? Or is it something else?
Okay, so we're really moving into long-term recovery now. We're getting water into the places that need it. We are actually doing things. UF IFAS, for instance, University of Florida IFAS. We do a lot with. We work with people. We work with animals. We work with plants. We cover the spectrum. It's all really aspects of life out here as we're doing it. And we're doing things like providing drinking water for animals. If your well's not working, how are your cows and your horses and your goats and stuff drinking? So now we're not only getting people water out there, but we're getting the type of water that you're going to put in your horse trough.
Hey guys, it's Storm, iHeartMedia Atlanta, and we are here in just north. We're in Washington County, Florida, north of what most of you guys know of Panama City. I believe we're near Ebro. Would that be a correct estimate?
Ebro, Greenhead.
There you go.
Vernon area.
Vernon area, okay. I want to introduce Mr. Joe Sim. We are here at what can only be described as a base camp. Joe, tell me a little bit about what we got going on over here. If you pan the camera over here, you can see there's a supply drop where we got waters and MRE and buckets and supplies and everything. Joe, tell me a little about what we got going on here.
We when the storm happened, I went north up to Montgomery, and I seen a need because I know how storms normally happen in emergency situations are going to happen. I spent quite a long time in law enforcement corrections, and I knew there wasn't really going to be too much for the citizens, the people, because it takes a while for the government to get in here and get their stuff rolling. And I'm not saying nothing bad about them, but it takes them a while.
Time, yeah.
And I knew that there's going to be a need on the ground for emergency, I guess what you say, emergency help.
Yeah.
And for the
response,
citizens, yeah. And I reached out to a bunch of organizations and I let them know that, listen, I'm opening up a little, we call it a FOB, Forward Operations Base, and a lot of these folks here are retired law enforcement, military, and they got an idea of what to do in emergency situations, how to handle that. So we open this up to get supplies here because we're right outside the red zone, kind of, and this would be the perfect place. It's secure, it's out in the middle of nowhere. Not too many people know where it's at, and just to get these supplies down in the folks that really need them.
And that was the picture you were painting earlier when we were talking. You were saying that the Panama City area, the Lynn Haven, the Callaway, those types area, not necessarily. Not taking away from Panama City Beach, but when we say Panama City, the actual city is just, people are hurting left and right.
Oh yeah.
And so, and it's kind of hard to help people when you're in the disaster yourself, because as my wife and I used to live in Panama City, and we found it a very nourishing, responsive, just community. But it is hard to do whenever you're the ones in the actual disaster.
We seen that we didn't have no structural damage. We didn't have trees down everywhere, but like I said, we got these fellas in here. They helped us out. They chainsaw stuff. We got it going just enough to where we could start getting supplies flowing down to the harder hit areas.
Yeah, let me hit on that real quick. You guys actually go into Panama City and the harder hit areas, and you're doing supply drops. Tell me a little bit about what you've seen down there. I mean, do you see people trying to help each other? I mean, I know the only word that comes to mind is shell shock. Because how do you respond to this?
And it's you just kind of help out the people you can, and you try to kind of situation determine who needs it the most. That's terrible. It's a hard thing to do, and you kind of gauge it to where this, if you got kids and women and children, you get them first, and then you start working out from there, and trying to get. And the thing is, we're trying to keep a supply chain down into that neighborhood, and that's what we've been doing in Callaway and Springfield. We've been focusing there, but as we're going down there, we're handing out supplies left and right. It was really overwhelming, but these folks here are solid. That's nothing for me, man. These people here are just some of the greatest people I've ever met.
No, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for doing this, because I know it's going to be a long time recovery process, but you got to put one foot in front of the other and just start moving forward somewhere. So
we're going to keep this up as long as we can.
I think that's where it is. All right, well, guys, keep checking back all across our stations. We're going to be sure to keep updating you on our trek down here to the Panama City and the Gulf Coast area. We're doing our best to help. There's going to be links in the byline of where you can help donate, places and organizations this area trusts to respond to their needs. So check back later and we'll have more information. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Storm with iHeartMedia Atlanta, and we are here in Marianna, Florida at the current moment. Pastor, what's your full name first, and then your church?
My name is Ronald Dale Meiser,
Yes, sir.
and the name of the church is St. James African Methodist Episcopal Church. And the church had no major problems, although we did have 2 holes in the roof. But we make phone calls to our conference, and they have showered us with blessings. We've had trucks from Orlando and from New York City and Tampa and Fort Myers that are all coming in and giving us their support. And on yesterday, we fed more than 250 people with food that had been donated. And we thank God for the opportunity just to be a servant and being his conduit to serve his people.
Fantastic. And that is exactly where your donations are going. You're feeding people in need. So thank you guys so much for going ahead and sending another truck down here. There is more information on our website on how you can continue to donate, not only financially, but actual goods that come to people just like this who are helping their community here in Marianna, Florida. Thank you guys so much. Stay tuned. We're going to make sure that you get more information. There's more stories on our journey here. Thank you, Atlanta. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Atlanta.
iHeartMedia Atlanta, my name is Storm, and we are here with probably one of the busiest women on the planet right now, running from coast to coast, Representative Loran Osley, who represents, I guess, the most of the district that was impacted.
Well, not really, but I love this part of it.
Okay.
Tallahassee, and really my role, my self-appointed role is we're so grateful in Tallahassee. Those of us who've been out here and seen the damage, and you've shown it to your viewers, and I mean it's pretty indescribable. And so we have so many resources in our community that want to get out here. And so I'm trying to keep the information flowing.
Definitely.
We know there's a great need, and
Exactly.
we appreciate so much what y'all are doing to keep the communications going and to get the resources to work. You know, a lot of it is that we've got these great points of distribution and if you can show the pictures, there's lots of water. Exactly. Water was a need for a long time. Now it's not.
Exactly.
But the needs are fluid, and so trying to kind of keep track of those needs and working, to the extent that we can with the state EOC and with the county EOCs. But there's a lot of just really amazing acts of generosity that are happening, feeding hot meals, and so just try to keep it all connected.
No, by all means, and it's great to see, elected officials in here elbow deep and getting the recovery going and everything.
That looks so good.
But ultimately, it's one of those things, well, thank you for being out here. I mean, it's one of those things that the people who are not from this area, seeing literally everybody involved, makes us feel that much better about coming down here and helping out. So thank you for that.
Yeah, I was proud to see my Tallahassee police officers here in Marianna, and our fire department was deployed to Mexico Beach. So everybody's hearts and hands are in this, and we're in this together. We're going to rebuild stronger.
Fantastic. Keep it here. We're going to get you the links of everywhere that you can donate, and you can send goods down here to help the area. Marianna, Mexico Beach, Panama City, all the way over to the edge of Tallahassee.
Bristol, Bluntstown, don't forget those.
Absolutely.
Port St. Joe.
Port St. Joe, Carabel, all of them.
We've got Hitchcock.
A lot of people need help, so we're going to send you those links. Click on them when you get an opportunity. Give with your heart. Thank you guys so much. We'll keep you updated.
Thanks.
Hey guys, what's going on? Storm again, iHeartMedia Atlanta, and I'm here with Mr. John Court, who is overseeing all of the donations here in Marianna at the Jackson County Agriculture Center. And I just want to take a second of your time. I know you're probably one of the busiest men on the planet right now. How are things going in regards to I can't
the outpouring has been unbelievable.
Awesome.
What you're seeing here, we've already put out a bunch, and the ranchers and farmers are coming. We're hauling water, we're getting feed to them. We actually are supplying shelters in the area. We're doing everything that pertains to an animal. That's what we're doing. We're part of the State Agriculture Response Team.
Got it.
We're a multi-agency coordination group. They call it a MAC.
Okay.
And so we have 25 or so different independent agencies, governmental, non-governmental, rescues, all kinds of things that are banded together to help the agriculture community in the state of Florida.
Fantastic. Now let me ask you this. If somebody wanted to be involved and help the animals or that were affected by the disaster, what would you guys need? Is it food? I saw you guys temporary fencing?
Just about everything that has to do with an animal.
Okay.
Fencing's our major problem at the moment. As you notice traveling in, all the trees are down on fencing. We have to keep the animals off the road for a public safety issue. If they want to know more about what we're doing, they go to flsart.org, and they can click on that. They can find out more about the rescue effort and resources and things like that.
All right, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
We appreciate y'all, and thank you so very much.
Thank you. Keep it here. We'll get you all the information. Hey guys, what's going on? Storm, iHeartMedia Atlanta, and I'm here with Dr. Rachel Pienta, who pretty much we've been trailing around all day. Started in Wakulla, and she's been showing us the points around Bay County, Washington County, went through Jackson County, dropped off some stuff. Tell me what you're seeing in regards to the response to this terrible storm.
Well, it really was a terrible storm, but what I'm seeing in the community is that people are working together, people are helping neighbors, people from outside the impacted area are sending an outpouring of support in the form of donations, whether it be food to eat, water, dog food, horse food, truckloads of hay from other states, bread, peanut butter, you name it. They've been sending in food and resources. I mean, we need everything in rural counties like this, fencing, horse troughs. Those are really important things when you're in cattle and horse country where we are.
Definitely.
We're getting to the point where we're really going to be trying to get people to donate cash, because for the long-term recovery, so the rebuilding is going to be expensive and it's going to take a long time. So this community, these impacted counties are going to need support for months, if not years. This has changed the landscape of the entire panhandle of the state of Florida. It is a large expanse of geography.
Definitely, and you and I were having a conversation earlier that the points that get advertised, or the major cities, your Panama City Beach, your Mexico Beach made a name for itself on this last go around because of where it went through. But then you and I went through towns, Bluntstown, Hosford, we went through Mariana, we went through different cities like that aren't necessarily getting the shine or the supplies because they're not getting the advertising.
Absolutely true. Very small towns. I just went to the town of Malone last night. It is about 14 miles from the Alabama border, and we got an SOS call from them about 3 days after the storm, and they said nobody's been here yet. Our entire town is out of power, and we're running out of food because the stores aren't open, and people ran out of their emergency supplies. They tell you 3 days. Well, 3 days was up, and those people needed help. And we deployed pickup trucks. We filled them up and we sent them over to Malone, dodging the down trees, out in the dark countryside, because there's no street lights normally. Then there's definitely no light when the power is out because the houses don't have power. So it's amazing, but it's amazing. What's really amazing in these small towns is how the people come together and how they're
People helping people.
People helping people, and the amazing. Really the resiliency and great attitude, because they're like, yeah, you know, this happened, but man, my neighbor down the street, they got it worse, so I'm helping them. That's a guy with no roof saying, well, that guy's house is flat, so he's got it worse than me, so I'm going to pitch in and help him. I'll deal with my problem later. That's amazing.
Well, there's many ways you can help out in the future. I'm sure we're going to have links up here in a little bit about where you can donate cash and supplies, as you mentioned, to help the recovery, no matter where you are on that.